I don't know what you mean by, I swear to God.
Hi everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to my first upload to YouTube, possibly. Today we're doing an EICR on this rental property. The tenants have just moved out this week. They're getting ready for some new tenants in the next week or two. But they want to get everything checked, as you have to now, with the new government guidelines, regulations and stuff for rental properties. So this is the first time I've ever been here. Everything, there's no appliances, completely empty. Yeah, so we should be able to take our time, make sure everything's fine, but you know, it looks pretty okay. There's not much going on. There's a socket here that looks, hey, no, it's not cracked, it's just loose. So we'll check that out, see what the crack is with that. Bathroom, electric shower, so test that. Definitely check the connections in pole cores because they're notorious for burnt neutrals, so that's one thing to check. So yeah, I'm going to get my tester in, find the fuse board. I haven't seen that yet. There it is, let's have a look. So we've got next check 2018, dual RCD, everything's RCD protected, which is great. Bonding for the gas, that's in. Main earth, oh. So this is a looped in supply, so this will feed us and then go off to next door. TNS, because the earth is completely separate to the neutral. It looks like a really good earth actually. Best earth I've seen on a TNS like that for quite a while. Yeah, okay, so everything so far, so good. Okay, so we're at the fuse board now. I'm going to take the cover off, isolate the whole supply, disconnect the main earth, and we're going to do a ZE. And then whilst the power's off, we can disconnect the gas and get a reading for that. Although I can see where it's running in its entirety. Connection looks good. The only thing I suggest is that it would have ring crimp on, where it's just put into the bonding connector, but it's solid enough. It's got a good, well, we'll find out if it's got a good connection, but it's got a good connection, and there's no point putting anything down for that. Get on with this. Okay, so we've got the lead. This is the R2 lead that's we just plugged in. Take this off, put this on. So we've put the end that you normally plug this one into the tester, but if you try and plug the other end into here, it doesn't make good connection. So we're just going to push that into there. That's already in there. This is in here. We're going to disconnect the water. We're going to disconnect the water bond now and give that water bond a test. I didn't zero the thing. So what you must do before you do anything, before you unreel it and get all set up, before you try and test any resistance, it's an amateur mistake to forget to do it. Don't ever do it. It's like, come on, it's college stuff. So here we go. Just never just put everything in place and then zero it. God, you're wasting your own time. Eh? What? Sorry, folks. Everything's great apart from this. This thing's shit. And we got 0.03. Put this water bottle back in. And put this gas bond back in. So we've got our circuit schedule here. Lights down, lights up, kitchen sockets, RCD, shower, water heater, cooker, house sockets. What I'm going to do is turn off all of these, turn on that, turn that one on, so it says this one, which is sockets, house sockets. So I'm gonna have to go and just confirm that that is what it says it is. So I don't know where my socket test has gone, just for like a quick voltage indication. So I'm just going to use the Mega and plug it in some sockets, set it on 2 volts, make sure, yep, it looks good, that's that one. Should do all the upstairs ones as well. I'm going to go on and identify the rest of the circuits. You don't need to come around me for all that, we've just done that on one circuit. So I'm just going to make sure that it does everything else that it says it does. Make sure that that board's labelled up correctly, and then I'm going to make a note of all the cable sizes, all the breaker sizes, make sure that they're okay. And then yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so we're back under the board. I've checked all the circuits. They're all what they say they are, which is good. I've written down all the details, and I've done like a, you see that, like for all the test results and stuff that's going to go in there ready, and then I can type them all up afterwards. And I've got all the circuit details. Do the end-to-ends on the socket circuits, get those out of the way. R1, R2s, some insulation resistance, because I can do that because there's not much stuff plugged in. Just they're all bayonet fittings. I don't think there's any decorative fittings. They're all pendant, so I can easily just take the bulbs out and, yeah, I said bulbs, get over it. Okay, so now we've got our end-to-ends. We're going to do our R1, R2. So what we've done is obviously figure of 8. We've used these nice crocodile clips to link out or make our figure of 8. So it goes up one side, down the other earth, and then up that earth and down the other line. So yeah, that's our figure of 8. We're going on opposite legs of each other. So now we're going to take our tester, so we can get rid of these, plug in just that and that. No, suck it. And we get 0.31, 0.43, 0.88, 0.80. Ooh. Yep, we definitely want to look at that one. This one's same. Upstairs we go. No. It's slightly higher. So this one. Slightly higher. Sometimes it's best to actually take the cover off and do a test on the actual terminal, because we're getting 2 wildly different readings from one socket. Yeah, testing's well easy. Yeah, if you don't fucking do it right. There's definitely one socket we want to take a look at. So let's take this off. Give me a sweaty neck. Okay, so the reason this one's higher, because it's a spur. So this is where you start to get yourself into, oh, I'll just have a quick look. I'll just have a quick look at this socket. I'll just look at this socket. I'll just look at this socket. Next thing you know, an hour's gone by of just taking off face plates. And that's, when you do an EICR, that's not your job to look into stuff, but it's hard sometimes not to think, oh, I'll just have a quick look. I've had a look at this one because it was a lot higher than the others, and it's a spur. I mean, you can see, you kind of like see the chasing. I'm just going to put this socket back. It is what it is. I'm going to record the highest reading, and I'm going to do the RN and R2, because I don't understand why you would just test the live and earth to make sure there's a good connection when the neutral connections are completely separate connections, and the neutrals burn out more than live connectors. So that's what I'm going to do next. I always try and do that if I can, and I'm going to do it on this occasion. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that. RN plus R2. So we've got the neutral cables linked with the opposite sides of the earthing cable, CPCs. So now we've got the tester, the neutral plugged into there, and the earth plugged into there. So it's just the same process again. Plugging into sockets. .28. I'm on the kitchen circuit now, just done the end-to-ends. For the live and the neutral, we got 0.2. So if we do 0.2 times 1.675, which is the cable size difference between 2.5 and 1.5, that'll give us an approximate reading of what we should be expecting, which 0.2 times 1.675 equals 0.335. So 0.34.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I swear to God, I used to have an Android and Google Assistant.
I don't know what you mean by, I swear to God.
Google Assistant was brilliant. Siri is terrible. Anyway. On there. Nice connection. We did zero it already. 0.32. End to ends on here. 0.2. Right always down. 0.22 and 0.32. So now R1, R2. So we're gonna do what I did before. Get the crocodile clips, which are here. Connect that one, which does that. Which does that one. So we need to connect it to the opposite one, which is this one. Figure of 8. Down one, up the other, down the other, back. Big loop of 8. And then again, unplug this. Now I do promise, if I carry on doing these videos, they will get better. It's just, I mean, hats off to, fucking hell. You know, hats off to all the YouTube sparks who have been doing this and do it consistently, because kitchen sockets. Because it's not easy. Jesus Christ, I mean, you've got enough on your plate to do as it is without filming yourself and worrying what to say because you want it to be. Let's set this up. You know, worrying what to say because you want it to be entertaining and also informative, kind of. Because you know, 0.15. It's not really easy. Okay, we're going to do same again with the neutrals, RN plus R2 to make sure that they're okay. I mean, I can pretty much guarantee because the end-to-ends are perfect, the R1, R2 is perfect, but for 3 sockets on the circuit, in the kitchen as well, where you've got kettles, high toasters, you know, high usage appliances, you might as well just check the neutral because peace of mind. Here we are again. I'm going to keep that on there. I'll drop that off. This neutral, which is the opposite, and that automatically says that that one is that one. Oh, 0.12. Oh, 0.12. 0.12. 0.12. Okay, so we can unplug these to 100 volts again, just to make sure that we don't damage anything, because if it does, if there is something on the circuit, it'll show up at 100 volts. So let's go up to 500. So we can record 450, 60, still climbing. Let's wait for it to slow down and then take that from the live to the neutral. Test that. So that's shooting up. Yep, so up to 500 volts. So I've got our R1, R2, I've got our RN plus R2. So write those down, but because they're like in a junction box, I'm not going to be able to do insulation resistance test without damaging it, or just linking the live and neutral together and doing it that way. So I'm just gonna do a link between the live and neutral, link those out and test the both of them to earth, just to make sure that the cable's okay. So you can see we've got the neutral and live linked with a crocodile clip, and then we've linked our tester onto there, and we've got our CPC connected there. We'll just start off at 250. Straight up, all good. So whack it to 500. Lovely. Okay, so we're on the water heater. We're going to do our R1, R2 and our RN, R2. So it's got old buckle clips on here. You can good for premature collapse protection, because they are the bollocks. Surprised they'll start selling them again. Well, they probably do, don't they? It's amazing, and trends come back around. Okay, so I've just took that cover off, and straight out. So, yeah, this is why you check as much as you can. Yeah, 0.17 and 0.17. Well, it would be 0.17 if the conductor was in the terminal. So, let's just check all these. So we can leave that off actually for when we come to do the ZS tests, which technically we would be okay to calculate. We've done our R1, R2s, we know our ZE, we could calculate what our ZSs are. Yeah, they advise that you calculate your ZS now because it reduces the amount of live working, which makes sense because I am on my own and no one's expecting me for another couple of hours at least. So if I had a pisser and it affected me quite bad, then no one would find me for hours, and that's not good. Okay, so done linking at the board for the shower. So we're on the shower circuit now, doing R1, R2, RN plus R2, and then we'll do our insulation resistance. But with a shower, you always want to test at the shower if you can, but also check the terminals. Check the terminals on the actual pull cord, because especially this type, where the connections themselves are in the face, the actual pull cord part, you want to make sure that the connections are okay and not burning out. And if we can hop in this back. Our leads. 0.08. Okay. So it took a bit more to get a good reading on the neutral. But to be fair, I've never seen one of these showers before. It's a compact little unit. So we'll go up there and check the shower pull cord, because the neutral wasn't treating me as well as the live, and we all know what neutrals are like on showers and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have a look at there. Get yourself one of these. So handy. Quite expensive on Amazon though. You can get them a lot cheaper from if you've got like a little local hardware store. So our connections were alright. Had a quarter turn on the neutral, so yeah, come a little bit loose, but nothing too bad. So now we can do live and neutral to insulation resistance test.